fix a suit collar with me, firstly you have to have your under collar and then the fabrics needed. Now you stitch your under collar over your fabric at 1/4 inch, open up. Haven't opened up, you iron to one side, which is on the collar. Haven't ironed on the collar. Iron so well that the point of joining rests on the under collar. Haven't done that. Now open up your collar and stitch on the other collar to the very tip at 1/4 inch. Before now, I'm sure you must have known how to cut your collar, and if not, kindly subscribe and watch out for our next video on how to cut your collar. Now you flip the collar in out and stitch at 1/4 inch to the very ends. I won't stitch on that. You make sure you notch properly and turn out and give it good ironing to keep it in place. Then you trim off the excess at the base, ensuring it comes to the same level as the under collar, and notch at the center point to serve as a guide. A collar extension must have been prepared, and it measures about 1/2 inches in width and spans across the suit collar. Now we'll stitch that to the collar on 1/2 inch on both ends, 1/2 inch. You press and open it up carefully. Press and open it up, and then the excess to the sides. The excess to the sides are trimmed off, as illustrated right here. Yeah, I haven't trimmed that off. You then give it proper ironing, and then our suit collar is ready to be fixed to our suit. Please kindly follow closely, as the suit collar is one of the pivotal points of a well-structured and fixed suit. So you would agree with me that oftentimes, over the time, the lapel point is a very obvious point on your suit and it has to be neatly fixed. So I would rather suggest that you start stitching your collar on the fabric from the inner side, so as to neatly fix the lapel point. That will be obvious. Now, this does not mean to say that the under part that is not obvious will be badly fixed. Now you can see it in the video. This is nicely fixed. Then we can go on to close on the other end, and then we repeat this same process to the other side of the suit collar also. Just follow closely and you'll find this helpful. Now, once again, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, and you can always turn on your notification bell so as to get notified whenever we drop any recent or any up-to-date video as this. I hope you find this helpful. Having fixed our collar on both ends, you would go ahead to notch at the very end of it. You notch the fabric alone at this point, notch on the fabric on both ends, and then we would go ahead to baste the under collar to the tip of the neck of the fabric, the suit itself. Now you baste carefully, ensuring that your center points matches each other. The basting is just a temporary stitch, so would firmly hold this using a buttonhole machine and then iron properly. Now ensure that the points of attachment of the collar to the fabric aligns, and then you open it up, iron it, open it up properly, iron on it, ensure that that point aligns, and then you trim off the excess you have as done in the video right here. You can go on and still give it some good ironing across the other end also. Baste across the full stretch of the collar, noting that the point of intersection still needs to match, and then you stitch on the center point of the collar on both ends as done here. Having done that, you are left with closing up the lining to the collar. Now the only way you can do this is to flip the lining face on face on the center point of the collar, and then turn inside out and stitch to both ends to close it up. Flipping to the other end to run the stitch from the center point. And having done that, your suit collar is well fixed, waiting to be properly ironed and shaped to give it a final look.